So for sales leads, when you put in their compensation, which actually, next piece on here, which is their milestones. So sales leads, when you have a pod structure, let's say you have 2. And let me find a slide with 2 on here. Cool. So you've got 2 pods, right? Let's say you're doing 500,000 a month right now. That means each pod's responsible for about 250K. Okay? So if you're setting the goal for 300,000 per pod, they hit goal. That's what you're looking for. Okay? So when a sales lead sits down with you end of month, hey, congrats, Bridger, you broke 250, you did 265 this month. Your benchmark is 300. That's what we're looking to do, right? And you can create whatever kind of idea or whatever you want to come up with to actually get them there. But their bonuses and their basically objective is to get people to goal, right? And what you'll see is either this person is just going to go absolutely crazy and everybody's going to start trying to catch up because he's just going to go ape shit because he wants to hit that goal, right? He or she, all these people start to follow. Whatever this person is doing, these people tend to follow, right? This is literally just a shiny star. It's the guy that everybody talks about in the office, on the team, whatever. It's the person that's getting everything that they want, whatever. It's whoever is basically running the show and doing the best, that's who's going to be there, okay? Now, going back here, cool. All right, adding in competition bonuses. We talked about this a little bit, but this is going to be visually easier for you guys to follow. I know there's a couple questions. Pretty straightforward. When you guys go from phase 1 to phase 2, you're putting in a second pod. This is where you guys start to introduce competition. In the beginning, don't do it. If you're making a bunch of people compete individually, it's small team, like milestones are enough, keep it simple. When you do have 2 pods, now it's time to introduce competition. Okay? So, how does the competition or the competitive bonus come into play? Every month, they're battling for most cash. Who collects the most cash? If they win, very simple. You can do a couple different things. This is what we used to do. We would give the entire team an increase in commission for the entirety of the next month. So they're basically battling back and forth for the crown, like I said earlier. Very simple. Whoever collects the most cash, going to get a slight increase. This is especially important when you're doing performance reviews because if somebody's completely red zoned out and completely impossible for them to win, you need to do a good job of recruiting so they can make a chance. It's up for you. If you can't run this structure because one pod's kicking the other pod's ass, which what we talked about, you have to learn how to recruit. Because the only reason that you can't run this structure is because you don't have enough people coming in to make it an even playing field. Okay? That was a huge problem for us. We started pod structure too early, meaning one team was doing okay, but they weren't all hitting KPI, or there wasn't enough people that were really moving, right? We decided to set another pod structure, and then one had 3 people, one had 6, one had 8. It was a mess. It's very hard to deal with. The only way to fix this is performance reviews, right? And planning when you're actually going to bring in new people and when you're going to let go of the bottom.
I was going to ask on that, because you mentioned kind of just bringing in new people and stuff. Can you ever hire a straight closer? Especially when you're kind of like a seasoned team, 10, 20 people on the sales team. Can you kind of just skip setting and just push someone straight to closing? You think the setters are doing it?
Yeah, so I don't like doing that, but sometimes it's necessary, right? So think of corporate, think of like 200, 300, 400, 500 person sales team, right? Somebody comes in and now they're the report for everybody else on the team, but this person's never even sold the product that they're selling. Like, that's not good. It's not good at all, right? And with small teams, when you've got setters who bust their ass, are hitting KPI, doing everything you ask them, and you bring in a closer to sit on top of them because they're really good, it's going to piss them off. It's going to piss them off a lot. However, like I said, sometimes it is 100% necessary because you just don't have the people for it, right? Which means, guess what? You're not developing people better. You got to start developing people better, right? Phase 2 is all, like, it's 100% figure out how to replicate people. This is what you're trying to do, right? You need to be able to set up that infrastructure to do that.